Yeah, not enough V's. We are VVVVVV. Yeah, that's a good number.
VVVVV.
Hi, I'm Sten. I'm going to be running VVVVVV. I think we would just want to get started. I guess I'm joined by 82, Kuiperball, and Atoms. They'll do most of the talking because this game takes a lot of concentration. But I'm just going to get right into it. So if we're ready on time, we ready to start? All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, go actually.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
so,
you started off.
So, right from the start, there's a cutscene. We're going to abuse one of the main things, is pressing R to reset yourself to the last checkpoint. But because we're at the start of the game, we haven't hit a checkpoint yet, so we reset back to the space station. So, it's like a sequence skip.
Yeah.
So, you're meant to do Space Station 1 first, but we can now do it in any order.
Yeah, and so that lets us sequence break the game, which allows us to skip an intermission later on, which is essentially an auto-scroller. And that's like, it's probably the thing that makes the route so fun, is that we don't have to play Gravitron.
Yeah, speedrunners just always manage to skip the worst part of games. I don't know how that works.
It's so sick. Yeah. You want to explain why the route is called No Oob?
So, OOB stands for out of bounds, so it's no out of bounds. It used to be called no telejumping, but a trick was found that like cut the run like in half.
Yeah.
So they had to change the rules.
Yeah, it was like a wrong warp or something to like the ending cutscene from Gravitron or something crazy like that.
They realized you could get out of bounds without
Yeah.
telejumping, so they're like, oh, okay, we got to separate
no
those
oob,
out.
No oob is like, it's almost glitch. It's not quite glitches, but you only use like the handy glitches and not the game-breaking glitches.
Yeah.
It's the route is very well designed. So the reason why they just changed it to No Oob was mostly because the route was like, everyone really likes it. It's such a fun run, like, and it's so nice to.
So
This guy's a hater.
So the reason I walked like most of the way to another level and then came over here is so I can get that level's teleporter. By dying in the room with the teleporter, it still counts as having. Like, it still activates the teleporter as, like, a destination for teleporting later.
Yeah, just to be clear, we've got the checkpoints, which you can only have one of at a time, and we have teleporters, which you can go back to at any time from another teleporter.
Yeah. You'll see in the tower as well, there's a neat little trick where if you die when you hit a checkpoint...
Too early. A frame too early.
Yeah. You basically get to make the screen rise up, which turns this from not... an auto-scroller into, not an auto-scroller.
It's an auto-scroller. You can just speed it up a little bit with a few checkpoint deaths.
I believe if you're like too many pixels away, it's not actually any faster.
Yeah. You need to die pretty quick. You need to get the checkpoint pretty much as soon as it's on screen.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the donations now? Or
Yeah, might as well.
We have a few seconds.
Yeah.
All right, well, we diddly do. We got a $10 donation from Limchi, which says, I like it when he flips upside down. Smiley face.
Yo, thanks, Lim.
It's a shame he's not smiling at the moment. He's still sad from losing his friends.
Yeah, he's going to be sad for like half the run, even after he finds some of his friends.
It is what it is.
At least Red's happy. Look at that.
And I'm going to take a quick death after this level complete animation because you can regain control a bit sooner in the next room. Just gets you out of here. Normally Viridian would be running ahead of you there, and so you can just saves like a second or two.
Nice.
All right. So next level up is the lab, which features little flippy things. I don't know what they call them.
We can
I
call
think we
them
just call them
flippers.
lines.
They're lines.
There's one.
Yeah.
So there's one exploit that we can use in a couple of spots. I forgot what it's called. Sorry.
Line clipping.
Line
Is
clipping.
where you
Yeah.
clip through the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like spam jump and you
You'll
can just
see
go
it
straight
coming
through it.
right up now.
Ready?
There
Nice.
It just if it's low enough to the floor, you can spam the jump button and clip straight through the lines. So there's only about
Clean.
3 instances in the entire game
Yeah.
where it's actually humanly possible.
Yeah. It's mostly because each gimmick per level is like isolated to the level. So you'll only see the other skip in the final medley level.
Groovin', man.
Yeah.
Oh, man, classic.
So one of the good things about speedrunning this game is that every screen is like separate from each other. As soon as you leave one stage, come back, the cycles all reset themselves.
Yeah.
So the green squares here will always be in the same spot.
Nice.
Yeah, you can see it there,
yeah.
right? Like going for a specific timing on your flip, so you can actually just hold forward and you get like the faster cycle. It's such a sick thing that the developer did. Also, isn't the law that every single, or like a bunch of the levels are named by,
By Bennett Foddy.
Yeah, Bennett Foddy.
Mr. Over It.
Mr. Over It. Now he's getting only up there. It's not his game, I know. So good. Clean as well.
Yeah. Handy thing, I think, and they made it a bit easier in the new things, is like buffering. On some things you can like buffer an input. Makes some tricks a lot easier.
Yeah.
You can buffer a flip by just holding the flip a little bit before you hit the ground.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's like it's crazy. Like I'm surprised that this game was even patched like so recently to like bring it to a lot of just like make it a bit more modern.
Yeah, the game was made open source, I think, back in 2020, and then a couple of updates were brought out in 2021, fixing bugs and just making things generally nicer.
Yeah.
I think he actually worked with some speedrunners in the community. So now there's a lot of like speedrun-friendly additions.
Yeah,
so sick.
Really cool. Something to point out here is that there are trinkets, the shiny object that was just on the screen there.
Spikes.
Very nice. We're going to avoid most of them because this is not 100%, but there's a couple cases where it's faster to go the trinket route.
Yeah, like you saw at the start.
I'm back all the way back here. The lies.
Lies.
Yeah, the trinket I already grabbed it is just faster to go that way than the long route. And then there's one more trinket at the end of the game, which is mandatory.
Unavoidable.
You cannot avoid it without glitches. Oh, that's rude.
That's a new one.
Yeah.
And these spikes, what are they doing here?
Why would he put spikes?
Very
no
nice.
one's ever going to go there. It's a nice little like cycle skip here. You can just
So clean.
Just hold right.
Nice. Fast routing. We do a bit of speed technology.
So that screen right there is very important, and I'll talk about it a bit later.
Damn, look at him go.
Yeah, Sten's making this look easy, but a casual playthrough of this game, I think mine was like 4 hours. It's quite hard. Because there's checkpoints on like every screen, that means that every screen is supposed to take a lot of attempts.
Yeah.
It's no 100%.
Yeah, we are not doing things the hard way today.
Yeah.
No. What's the room called? The Bitty
Yeah. So coming up next is intermission 1. Part of the reason we do the levels in the order we do, because really you can do them in any order, is because the different crewmates have different text in this intermission, and some of them are just really long.
Yeah.
This is quite a frustrating set of levels because obviously it's a bit of it's an escort mission. Sometimes it doesn't quite listen to what you.
He's a very slidey guy.
Especially this level, he can just walk straight into the spikes.
It happens.
This is probably like one of the biggest choke points for a lot of people, just because it's like nice. Clean! First try!
That is maybe one of the hardest rooms in the game to do the speed strat on. You're supposed to you're supposed to like go underneath and then like slowly move him across all of the platforms. But you can just barely get him to move far enough to get on the same platform as you.
Yeah, wow, that was so clean.
Oh.
Yeah, super clean.
Yeah,
Definitely wasn't expecting that first try.
that is so nice. Yeah.
So now we're going back to Space Station. We just went through this screen here. What we're going to do is... so when you come out of that... Okay, that will happen so fast. When you come out of...
Yeah.
When you're meant to come out of that, go into that teleporter on the first level.
Which we skipped.
So when you come out, it starts a dialogue with the person you saved. But we can abuse that to skip the intermission that was supposed to come after intermission 1.
Yeah. So I think it's like we skip like a level completion or something like that. Because we're collecting another character.
It's like
that.
Usually, like after the 4th save, you would jump to intermission 2.
Yeah.
But because you came out of the first teleporter,
you just skip that. You skip that trigger entirely.
The cutscene that plays takes precedence over intermission 2. So
Yeah.
you just
It's
skip it
a
entirely.
minute-long auto-scroller level, essentially.
It's not fun.
Well, it's worse than an auto-scroller because it can take longer than a minute.
Yeah,
It's
that's
hard.
Yeah. I just realized, because you took that teleporter, you don't get the level text as well.
Yeah, but I do have the cutscene bars at the top and bottom of the screen, so like I'm just missing like a tile.
Yeah.
There we go.
Alright.
Something
So-
fell off.
So we've saved all the... Right, I counted correctly. We've saved all the...
Have we saved all of the
Yeah,
crewmates?
that's all the crewmates. We will now be heading to the final level.
We have saved all the crewmates. Now it's time for the emergency meeting. I'm sorry. Alright, now time for one of the sickest songs and one of the sickest final levels in any video game ever.
Yeah, but it's just a combination of everything we've seen so far all in one.
One of the best rooms, including the Yes Man.
I'd say it's the best room with Yes Men in the game. We didn't see the other one because it's in the... there we go. Yeah, we didn't see the first Yes Men room because it's in Space Station 1, but it is quite difficult to do fast.
Yeah.
A lot of rooms here where things being in the same position where you enter them is very helpful.
You can do another line clip there, but it's not quite as... It's not as automatic as...
It doesn't save very much time, and it's hard.
Yep. That level's very hard, but until you realize you can just like hold
Oh,
right
very
all the way
nice.
through.
That's a scary room.
That room
There you
sucks,
go.
so I'm
Here's
glad I
another-
didn't die there.
Here's another 2 line clips.
That makes 3. Nice. Coming up.
Just hold right in
Clean.
that room. Very easy.
The tower reversed. Oh.
Right.
Woman's Gate. The tower.
Very soon coming up to the end of the game.
Yeah, be ready on time soon.
Nice.
Get our second trinket.
And
Okay.
2, 3. I don't know. I can't remember how many.
Counting is hard.
Yeah.
Time is when it says
Game
complete.
complete. And time.
Now.
I wish I remembered. That would have been sick. Yeah, it's V6.
Yeah, that was VVVVVV.
Is that a good time?
That's decent enough. Not bad
Yeah.
for a marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't choke.
Yeah.
I mean, like half of those deaths are intentional, so...
I think like 11 are intentional. So.
That's like close to half.
Yeah.
Good work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else?
I think that's about it.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
If you're looking
always-
for a speed game to start running with, VV is pretty good because
Yeah,
it's got a lot of like individual level time trials and stuff like that.
It's a good one to learn. The community is real chill. Yeah, check it out on speedrun.com. There's probably a link to the Discord there. But yeah, thanks for having me. It's been good.
Okay. Are we spacing at Curtis Spacebox? No, Curtis. We're also going to change all the pronouns to Curtis Spacebox. Fair enough. Yeah, that's fair. All right, an amazing run there from Sten of the game of many Vs. While we're waiting for the next setup for Minecraft, I do have a couple of donations here just to read out for you all. We got a $10 donation from Neo Overscore. Shout outs to my best friend John Speedruns. $40 from Paul Moore. Here's my steps pledge, plus a bit extra. We'll get started up again in just a couple of minutes. Just stick with us and we'll get to see some Minecrafting.
We'll wait for this one. We'll wait.
All right, before we decide to start Minecrafting a little bit here, we do have a little bit of news that we have to get through. So I'll just toss it over to our news presenter, Sten.